got robbed.
All right, in front of us here is the completed Lego Star Wars The Mandalorian and Grogu movie 75444 ATRT attack. That's a lot of fours. Comes with 297 pieces. You get 3 figures, and this set costs somehow $45. That is outrageous. It's truly egregious. And as much as I'd love to continue just dogging on this set for being ridiculously overpriced, I do have to eventually move on to the actual components of the set, which do include these 3 actually really great figures here. So let's start off with Grogu. Let's start off with Baby Yoda himself. I don't like calling him Grogu. I like calling him Baby Yoda. You know, just as like a little nostalgic thing, you know, back before we actually knew his name. So Grogu used a new body mold. This is completely different from his previous iteration here. It's like a whole new piece just dedicated to Baby Yoda, and it has like a little scarf around the neck, as you can see there. We got some printing on the front there. Looks really nice. I do really like this new version of him. And as you can see here, I have the new version of Grogu compared to the old version, and you can see just how different the actual body piece is. And I have the Mando speeder bike set here that came out in January, just because I was curious if the baby like holder piece still works on the new iteration of Grogu. Let's see. It does not. It fails the test, folks. So keep that in mind when you're displaying the new Grogu figure. And let's do a little look-see at the Mandalorian, Din Djarin himself now. We have the old version on the left, and we have the new version on the right. Can you spot the difference? Well, the only differences, there's 2 actually, are the left side of the leg there. Actually, I guess the right side is different too, so I guess I failed to spot the difference test there. But the other one that I noticed immediately was also on the feet. The new Pedro Pascal has some silvery printing right there. Here's a better look at what I mean with the footprint in there. I guess at this angle it's a bit more apparent. And last but certainly not least is the Imperial Remnant ATRT driver. And this is my favorite figure from the set. Mainly because, you know, he is the most unique figure. We never have received a Imperial Remnant driver in a Lego set before. I guess it's the first time that we actually know of this character, right? I think it's introduced in the Mando movie. But I think this figure is really fantastic. I like how it resembles 2 different Imperial figures kind of meshed into one, with the Scarif Trooper and with the Snow Trooper. I really like that mesh of styles there, and just the printing is really fresh. I like how he looks there. And there's the back. And let's move on to the actual builds themselves, the main reason why you're shelling out $45 upon release. So the ATRT is nothing new in the realm of Lego Star Wars. I have like 4 or 5 of my own ATRTs, and I will be comparing a few of them here momentarily. But honestly, this might be the best designed ATRT that they've ever made. Like, just the techniques that they use, especially up front here with this curved piece that also has 2 studs on either end. I really like the use of that piece there. I like the 6-cylinder engine on the back. You know, you can really go for a test drive here with this one. And then we got 2 frankly gigantic stud shooters. That's probably the most jarring part of the set, just how huge the actual shooters are. That's, I guess, a bit awkward. But overall, the rest of the design is pretty clean. And as you can see, you could put the Mandalorian and compare Baby Yoda right there on the ATRT. And here's a little comparison between the new ATRT and the previous one that coincidentally also came in a grossly overpriced $45 set with the 327th battle pack. As you can see, they look pretty similar, barring the color, right? They use a lot of the same pieces, especially up front there, and with the legs too, with those dishes. But there are a lot of differences as well. You know, it's not just a copy and paste. If it was a copy and paste for a $45 set, I think that would cause a lot more backlash, quite frankly. But as you can see, 2 stud shooters there, 1 there. You don't got the 6-cylinder engine on the previous ATRT, so I guess this one doesn't move nearly as fast as this one in the universe. You got different design for the antennas, and I guess where this one doesn't shine nearly as much as this one is that you can actually put 2 weapons on the back of the previous ATRT as opposed to 1 there. And here's a little blast from the past. We got the 2005 ATRT Walker, the first ever iteration of the vehicle. And as you can see, there is a rather stark size difference here. But also, it's interesting because this uses significantly more pieces compared to this. This is a lot more thin, you know. This one is skipping leg day, that's for sure. This one, you know, definitely getting its workouts. This one is using larger pieces, as you can tell. And yeah, it's definitely interesting to look at these side by side. Definitely a lot has changed in 21 years. And the turret that the Imperial Remnant ATRT driver uses to combat Mando's ATRT in the set is quite frankly my favorite part of the entire set itself. Like, I don't know, there's just like something really charming about this. I think maybe because it is sort of reminiscent of any other Lego snow turret, especially ones that the Rebels use on Echo Base and the Episode 5 sets. Like, I'm really just getting flashbacks to that 2009 Lego Echo Base set that was for the 10th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. Like, I don't know, just the giant curved pieces kind of reminds me of that. And granted, like, these are different pieces than the 2009 set uses, right? And also this is a lot more complex, but just the overall look of it really is reminiscent, I guess, sparring this giant turrets. This set really does have a problem with giant turrets, doesn't it? Huh. I also wanted to highlight the build technique used for the top of the snow turret. I thought that was really interesting. As you can see, it's like on an angle. Of course, you can put our Imperial Remnant driver on top to man the turret and, you know, shoot down the ATRT itself. And there's a bit of a secret to the turret, actually, where if you open up the inside there, you'll see there's a little crate. What could possibly be inside that crate? Well, on top is a gun for our Remnant driver, but also there's a control panel, which you might be wondering, what could that possibly be used for? Well, let me show you. So that control panel can actually be inserted onto that piece where Baby Yoda was on just a few moments ago, and now our Remnant driver can use the ATRT for its own nefarious means. Now, as much as I like the content of this set, and I think the contents are quite decent, I can't help but think that $45 for an ATRT and a snow turret is worth $45. Now, granted, you know, like other sets that have similar contents are worth the same price, right? But I don't think that that means that the price of those sets are good. I just think that that means that there is a horrible precedent being set here by Lego Star Wars. In no way should anyone feel comfortable paying $45 for this, right? And I get it. I'm a hypocrite. I paid $45 for this set, right? I did this to make people more aware of just how awful the price is on this set, right? Well, on that happy note, I'm going to say goodbye to all of you and hope that all of you guys make better purchasing decisions than I did today. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.